Yeah, so last week, obviously I was sick. We had the flu pod. Uh, this is the return of the Jedi. I am back after two hospital visits this past week. I was
ER
in urgent
visits,
care, and the one of them was the ER. I
emergency
was
room
in
visits.
the emergency room. The
Yeah,
other one
I
was urgent
I
care.
thought for a period of time
Um,
you might have developed scurvy over the weekend. You know, the old like
yeah,
sea disease that sailors would get.
yeah. I
Yeah,
I
no, I
needed
thought
I
you
needed to
had
have my
that.
orange slices.
I mean, I didn't
No, it
even.
was there was a moment that there was some concern there, but I was sitting there contemplating my options, and I said, you know what? Even if I'm put in the hospital, I'm still here. I'm fucking recording this episode. We're putting this shit out.
Ever my
Obviously,
one
I'm not there, but
largest thought that came to mind with you, you were flying a lot last week, going to Minnesota and stuff. My first thought was how how many weird looks did you get on the plane when you coughed once or twice? Was everyone like, uh, is this guy in row, I don't know, 19C? Is he okay? Is he fine?
you were actually pretty close to what my seat was. But 17F. But no, I did not really get any looks. I wasn't really coughing that much either way. It was
Just
more so
sweating
I
profusely.
sweating profusely and feeling maybe a little nauseous
Just a
and
little,
very congested.
nothing crazy
Uh,
though.
the big I might have had a fever on the plane. But the big the big thing more so was once I got to Minnesota, things got exponentially worse, exponentially quickly. So my entire time there was basically spent at the hospital. But I am here now. We rally for the water boy faithful out here. It was there was no missing this episode. It was
No,
gonna happen no
no,
matter
there
what.
was
If
no
I'm in
missing
surgery,
this.
if I was in the OR, oh, I'm not getting
We're
anesthesia. I'm
telling
recording this
doctor,
while
we're,
I'm
we're, we're telling
live.
the doc, like, hey, you got to put this surgery on hold for like 2 hours. Like, we got to rip a pod right
Just
now.
just put me put me on dialysis. Let's just go, and I'll be good.
Yeah, I think we should make a promise right now to the Waterboy Pod that if either of us need, let's say, a non-serious surgery, that we will do it awake and live stream our facial reactions to the surgery live. Let's just make that promise now to the Waterboy faithful.
There might be some ethical issues there, but
Hey, this is all
okay.
content. This is all for you guys. So I can
It
understand
is.
that.
It is. It
But
is.
what a week! What a weekend of sports. Football season's done, but it doesn't matter. Football season is still going. So without further
You
ado, yeah. I mean,
yeah, no,
what else you got?
no, I was just saying you were doing the intro. I was just saying you were doing the intro.
Yeah,
I thought
yeah.
you were just rolling it.
No, no, no. But what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Waterboy Podcast. Today it is episode 107.
107.
107.
107.
Kind of getting moving here, people. Kind of getting things in place. What a weekend of sports. We had a UFC fight on Saturday. We had the Masters, of course. We're massive dimple heads on this podcast. Everett and I, we watch every single stroke throughout the entire tournament. MLB,
You're a
not
big
very
stroke
fun.
guy.
MLB wasn't the most fun weekend for us, but
No,
some
not
great
ideal.
news. Great news in the football offseason. Some phenomenal things developed over the weekend, specifically for me. But what a weekend. We got to get right into it. Everett, there's no better way to start off this episode than with the UFC fight. Of course, Israel Adesanya knocking out his arch nemesis, Alex Pereira. But there is nothing better than Israel Adesanya holding a years-long grudge with Pereira's 5-year-old son. Well, now that the kid's like 12, but at the time, Pereira's 5-year-old son, Izzy, had quite a grudge. So when Pereira KO'd Izzy years ago in kickboxing, that was their third fight, by the way. And because that was
Yeah.
only their second fight in the UFC and it's tied, they're gonna have a quadrilogy. Uh,
A quadology?
yeah, not trilogy, but quad
Quadology. I think it's
yes,
quadology. Quadology.
quadrology. That's what they're gonna have.
Quadrology. Yeah,
Uh,
there you go.
but when Pereira KO'd Izzy in kickboxing years ago, Pereira's son at the time was like 5 years old, and he mocked Izzy by lying on the ground in the ring, pretending to be knocked out years ago. Then after Izzy KO'd Pereira.
He's got
on
that
Saturday.
dog in him.
Yeah. After Izzy KO'd Pereira over the weekend, at the time, Pereira's kid, the same 5-year-old kid who's now older, was in the crowd crying immediately when his dad lost. So what else than, I guess, top 3 UFC fighter in the world, Izzy, what else is he going to do than specifically find Pereira's son, see that he's crying, and then continue to mock his knocked out father by laying on the ground and making the kid cry even more.
I'm not going to lie. It sounds like the real rivalry here is not between Izzy and Pereira.
Yeah.
It's between Izzy and Pereira's child.
So the best part about all of this, Everett, was in the post-fight interview, Israel Adesanya was asked about why he played dead on the ground. And he said, yeah, I remember that first time Pereira got me, I saw his little kid lying on the ground mocking me. And these are quotes from Israel Adesanya. That little asshole, if his father isn't going to knock some sense into him, I'll do it myself. So this time when I knocked his dad out, he's like, you bet your ass the first person I looked for was him. So Israel Adesanya didn't even try to hide from the fact that he has beef with a literal toddler. He admitted it, which makes it so much better. So much better.
The toddler, his kid is might be sent on like a revenge like training montage now. So the next time they fight, like
there would be nothing more, more movie like, more poetic than if Pereira's son then now uses this as motivation to try and become the next great UFC fighter. There would be no greater story. And also with him
his first fights against Izzy or something.
Off Izzy, like in the nothing could be better than that.
If only obviously if his kid was a little bit older, it would probably happen differently. But imagine his kid's like 18, 19, even 20like 20 right now.
Oh,
like this, so it was a little bit long ago. So Izzy now they really can trade
like Khabib did and just fight the kid. Like literally what Khabib did, like with Conor McGregor's coaches after he won that fight. Izzy might have just jumped the ring and literally ripped that kid's head off if he was 19.
I believe that's called assault.
Well, according to the UFC, it is assault because Khabib and Conor were both suspended for those altercations, even though they were like the most entertaining thing since Malice at the Palace. But it was phenomenal. It was all these things were phenomenal. Izzy mocking a 7-year-old kid. Nothing is funnier than that. I'm Team Izzy, but I'm now fully Team Izzy after that.
I'm Team 5-year-old child.
Oh, okay.
I want to see him train. I want to see him train.
I think he's 9.
A 9-year-old child. I want to see. He's got that dog in him. Okay, we saw him. He was taunting already at the age of 5, the ripe old age of 5.
Yeah. Like this kid has taunting. Balls,
okay. This kid has balls. All right.
Oh yeah.
This is a trained UFC fighter that he's taunting, and
he has the mama mentality.
Now he has the means, the motivation to train, to go on this revenge tour.
Exactly.
To beat the shit out of Izzy.
I could not have said it better myself, Everett. I'm really excited to see the future of Pereira's son. I think he could be one of the scariest fighters in the UFC. When he becomes of size. Shit, he might even fight before he hits 18. You know that there was a guy fighting over the weekend who, when he made his UFC debut, he was still in high school. I think he might still be in high school.
That's sick.
Raul Rosas, but like. Literally, imagine you're studying.
He was a senior in high school.
And then it's like, oh, wait, guys, sorry. I'm going to have to take a week off to go prepare for my UFC fight against like a 29-year-old black belt. So, guys, I'll see you in a week. Yeah, and win his first fight. So he didn't win this most recent one, but it's all right. The dude is legitimately like younger than us, which is mind-boggling to me.
Yeah. Okay. You were talking about Malice at the Palace, though. So speaking of that, the other day, as Minnesota sports go, obviously,
but all right.
As Minnesota sports go, just absolute heartbreak and turmoil and bullshit. The Gophers lose in the hockey championship. The only reason I know about that is because I was in Minnesota. Otherwise, I had zero idea that it was that. Yes. Yeah. They won. They now have as many rings as Aaron Rodgers does. Anyways, over the weekend, the Timberwolves played in their final game. I believe it was yesterday. They played the Pelicans for a spot and a seeding for play-in. And Rudy Gobert, Captain COVID himself,
People
just
really
doing Rudy
forget that
Gobert
video
things.
of him touching all the microphones. Like, oh my
Yeah,
God. Looking
Rudy
back at it, wow.
has a tendency. Rudy has a tendency to put his hands in places they don't belong.
Oh wow, Everett. Okay, all right.
Yeah, Rudy Gobert threw fists at his own teammate over the weekend here.
Yeah, and he even threw it against a
How are
former
you so
UCLA
soft?
player, and I'm still against him. I don't like
How are
UCLA
you? How
for
are
a
you?
second,
How
but
I just
I'm still.
I don't understand how you're that soft. Like basketball itself is a game of chirping, and if you're getting chirped, like you're getting chirped by your own teammates, okay, like that just happens. No, multiple teammates.
The whole
if you're getting
was
Kyle Anderson,
Kyle
Anderson was like the biggest guy, but everybody was on his side.
Well,
so if you're getting
keep going.
If you're getting chirped by your teammates because you're not doing shit, like you literally are not playing your position, maybe you should take the criticism and just try playing a little bit like they're asking you to play and see how it works before, I don't know, you resort to immediately trying to assault your teammate.
I also think I'm forgetting who it was, but immediately when Rudy Gobert pushed Kyle Anderson, the first other T-Wolves player to respond, like immediately push Rudy back and was getting in Rudy's face like, bro, what the hell did you just do? So I'm going to go back to the Jazz a little bit, Everett. I'm not sure if you remember, but do you remember the disconnect between Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert near the end of their stint in Utah? Now, I know a lot of those were maybe heightened or propelled by Rudy Gobert's stance with COVID and that.
It started with Rudy Gobert putting his hands in places that didn't belong. Yes.
It lit, like people really forget that. Like I'm a firm believer that if Rudy
Gobert shut the world down.
If Rudy Gobert doesn't touch all those microphones, then maybe the NBA doesn't suspend the season like that. And I truly believe that the NBA canceling their games was like the first step to the United States being like, we need to go fully like virtual and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I truly believe, like, because it all started with the NBA suspending play. Then the tournament got canceled. Then baseball got delayed. I guess at the time, NFL, their big thing was like, oh, the draft is now virtual.
They're in the
like,
free
they were off season, so it was okay, really.
Free
but like, there were so many things that all came in place, and I truly believe it started with Rudy Gobert. I truly believe that. Like, I think it all started with Rudy Gobert.
But yeah, as Rudy Gobert likes to destroy things, he is now suspended from the team for the play-in game versus the Lakers. Versus the Lakers tomorrow. He's not even there. He's back in Minnesota.
Suspended by the Jazz, or not the Jazz, the T-Wolves, or by the NBA?
Yes.
It was
by the T-Wolves team.
Yes.
The team decided to suspend him.
Making sure.
So he's not even traveling. He's suspended, and
also
he's got a massive contract.
So wouldn't even want him to be sitting on the bench. He'd just be sitting there moping and complaining. I do think though the one thing with Rudy Gobert that what really pissed me off is that he goes around and he's under the impression. I feel like I'm under the impression that he is demanding respect out of the other NBA players, and he thinks he deserves this level of respect for being the best defensive player in the league for multiple years. And so he
guess what? The best defensive player
guy.
The best defensive player in the league for the last couple of years couldn't fucking block shots the other day, which is why I threw fists at Kyle Anderson.
No, that, and it's also, it's just like, I swear these like locker room, like chemistry problems were there in Utah. They're now back here again in Minnesota. Like Rudy Gobert, he's a cancer to the locker room. He's Eli.
Also, the thing is, like, wow. Okay. I like that. But look, so obviously you don't want to mow and stuff, but the bigger thing out of this whole thing is there's two things. Okay. First thing that I think is hilarious is when remember when Draymond Green got suspended because he tried to beat the shit out of Jordan Poole at the start of the season? Yeah. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Rudy Gobert, when that happened, tweeted out, he like made a tweet basically calling Draymond soft as shit. And Draymond Green kept the receipts. And when this happened, he tweeted back the exact same thing. To Rudy Gobert.
I'll be honest. I was saying this the other day too. I love how old NBA players who were playing in like the 80s and 90s are still beefing online to this day. I love it. I love how anytime Isaiah Thomas makes a public appearance, it's just, yeah, I'm better than Michael Jordan. All of his rings are bullshit. Like, I love that he is still that pissed off about it to this day, that I hope in 30 years and 40 years, Everett, I want Draymond Green and like Grant Williams and any controversial figure to still be in the league talking shit. I want it so badly.
It's Isaiah Thomas's. I had all of the requirements, but I didn't get selected.
But I did, like, I fit the criteria, but I wasn't selected. It's literally
selected. Like, it's like, damn.
Like, it's so unbelievably funny how they still to this day hate each other so much. I love it.
Yeah, but so that's one thing. That's one thing. The other thing is, after Rudy Gobert got ejected, essentially, and they were in the locker room, they were yelling, he got sent home. What's his name? I think it's Jaden McDaniels, is like the Wolves like up and coming defensive star. He punched a wall for whatever reason, I don't know, and broke his hand. But you know, the thing that I really don't understand is why
Rudy Gobert was just such a piece of shit. Who knows?
That's possible. The thing that I think is the most hilarious is out of all of this, I don't know if he's playing or not, but if he does play, the Timberwolves still have their top 3 players playing on tomorrow, because Rudy Gobert is not one of their top 3 players.
Point scoring wise?
No, he's just not one of their best players.
Oh, okay.
He's just not one of Anthony Edwards, Anthony Edwards, Karl Anthony Towns, and Jaden McDaniels are their best 3 players right now. But on top of, I think that it's hilariously sad that between last year and this year, the Timberwolves are in the exact same spot after giving up so much to get Rudy Gobert, when they had this team that the locker room was fantastic. Pat Bev was great for the city, for the fans, for the team.
And when they won that playing game, like literally one of the funniest reactions I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
going on the announcers.
Yeah, table. Exactly. But instead of having that, they wanted to do better, and they traded everything for Rudy Gobert and cut and traded some of those players. And they're in the same spot. Yeah, they're in the same spot.
Yeah,
so it's just sad.
We were saying earlier that, you know, adding Gobert can really help out Cat. Let him play the 4, not have to be that interior presence down low. Only issue is the guy you brought in to be that interior defensive presence isn't quite living up to the bill that he was framed to be. So yeah, NBA, the things are nuts right now. Regular season's over right now with all the way things are going. I'm going to be the annoying Lakers fan. So if you don't want to hear this, feel free to keep going. But Lakers best record in the NBA since the All-Star break, Everett. And I thought Anthony Davis like broke his ankle 2 weeks ago. I was like, this is just vintage Lakers. Of course, right before the playoff starts, everyone gets hurt again. But AD's playing, LeBron's playing, D'Lo played the other night. The boys are kind of healthy. And this is such a weird year of the NBA, Everett, that you actually wanted to be a lower seed than a mid-tier seed when you're looking at the standings, at least of the Western Conference playoffs, Everett. The Nuggets are the 1 seed, okay? The 2 seed is the Grizzlies, which we know how they've been going this year. With Jaw, and then the 3 seed
every which way.
The 3 seed is the Sacramento Kings. The Sacramento Kings or the 3 seed, Everett. So the Sacramento Kings, for being the 3 seed, really good year, going 48-34. How do they get rewarded? Oh yeah, with a date with the Golden State Warriors in round 1, the former NBA champs, Everett. Wait a second.
Where are the Suns at? Where the Suns at?
The 4 seed. The Clippers and Suns are playing round 1, Everett. No matter what, either KD
That's a great series.
is getting bounced round 1, or Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers are going to get bounced round 1 after being on the team for 4 years. Now, Paul George is out, but I want the Suns to win that round.
Don't worry, Russell.
The Clippers
Russell Westbrook
every year after assembling their fucking God squad.
Don't worry, Russell Westbrook will carry your team.
Yeah. What am I
promise you?
No. They got a big. Well, I mean, yeah, maybe their big 2's gone, but they got a new big 2 with Russ and Kawhi, so it's all fine. I guess we can't really talk that much shit about the Clippers because the Clippers have now beaten the Lakers 11 straight times in the regular season.
We don't bring that up.
I'm just,
we didn't say anything.
I just
didn't say anything.
Thinking about this though, that's legitimately absurd. 11 straight wins. The Lakers haven't beaten the Clippers since the bubble, Everett. Since the bubble.
That's also without Kawhi for a long time.
And it's all of those factors you could say. Of course, there have been many games where LeBron and AD weren't playing, but it's like Kawhi literally plays 7 games a year. So it's like we lost 11 straight to the Clips. I mean, yeah. But I think that's enough.
Give him false hope.
I think that's enough NBA talk for the day. This is the one time of the year where I'm truly, truly super into NBA finals and stuff. Playoffs begin, I think this
tomorrow.
Week, Everett. Tomorrow?
Play-ins are tomorrow. The
play-ins, okay. So, yeah, things are moving in the NBA. We're about to get deep into it. Last year, both of us accurately predicted the Warriors will win 4-2. And I specifically mentioned that I think the Warriors are going to be down 2-1 and win 3 straight, which happened. So I'm going to give myself flowers. I am 100% an NBA expert, 1000%. I study the game. I learn about it all day. It's the only thing I look at. So this year, while we're at it, Everett, our quick predictions for NBA Finals and the winners.
Wait till after the plans.
Okay. We'll wait till after the plans. We'll wait till after the plans. I have a feeling though that Milwaukee Bucks might get something done this year. Okay, Milwaukee Bucks. That's my team. I'm keeping my eye on right now. But okay, Everett, time to hit up some MLB. Before we get to the depressing part, the Tampa Bay Rays are inevitable, Everett. Shout out to you. Your preseason World Series pick, Tampa Bay Rays are off to the hottest start in baseball, 9-0. According to my knowledge, the last time I can remember an MLB team starting, well, they're not 10-0 yet, but we're going to assume that they're going to win today. But the last time I remember, they're definitely not, now that I said that. Last time I remember a team going 10-0 in the MLB was the Chicago Cubs in 2016 when they finally won their ring and ended the drought. That's the last time I can remember a team starting off this hot. And the Rays are now 9-0 and have won every single game by at least 4 runs, Everett. So these games haven't even been close. The really interesting part about all of this, though, Everett, is how cheap their team is. The Rays have the 3rd ranked least expensive payroll in the MLB at $62.5 million, but they are undefeated right now.
Moneyball, baby.
The Dodgers.
Moneyball.
The Dodgers are literally paying 2 players more money than the entire Rays team, including minor leaguers. So when you just think about that, just looking at it, it's like, how the hell are the Rays doing this? How is it even possible to be a 9-0 MLB team with the 3rd lowest payroll? You look at their lineup and all of their legitimate killers are on such cheap contracts. Wander Franco is probably a top 5 shortstop in the MLB, and he's getting paid $2 million. Okay. Like Randy Arozarena right now.
They're just all taking one for the team.
He's hitting like a top 10 player in the MLB and he gets $4 million. No, it's not take for team. It's the way the MLB contract's set up. These guys aren't even eligible to get their big money in like 4 years from now. So they can run this back for like another 3 years on cheap contracts. And the Rays, their scouting department has just been so phenomenal to be able to put them in a position to have guys on such cheap contracts produce and perform and get your team to a 9-0 standing to start off the year. So Tampa Bay Rays front office. I mean, it all makes sense. Our guy, Andrew Friedman, came from the Rays. I mean, he set up the foundation and groundwork for their farm system, and look what he's done with the Dodgers. We've had like,
also, where's he originally? Where's he originally from? Where's he originally from?
Andrew Friedman, Tulane. So he learned everything he knew at New Orleans. Everything is coming full circle here. But we had to shout out the Tampa Bay Rays. What they're doing right now is absurd.
I'm very proud. I'm very proud right now.
Now time for the depressing part. The LA Dodgers. This is going to be a long season. This is going to be a long season, boys. We have
long
been
season till the
spoiled.
trade deadline.
We have been
Long season till the trade
spoiled
deadline.
for nearly a decade now with just unbelievable pitching, specifically relief pitching. And unfortunately, we just don't have it anymore, guys. We just don't have it. A lot of people are. I see. I've been on team Dave Roberts is the problem for a really long time, but it's not even his
on that
fault.
last season.
It's not even his fault right now. Okay, like it's not Dave's fault that Michael Grove's given up 8 runs. Okay, I mean that's not on Dave. That's just holy shit. We cannot get outs right now against the Diamondbacks. I guess if there's one positive takeaway from this, Everett, we don't play the Diamondbacks again until Arizona. So like we don't need to think about or Arizona until August.
Till
So
Arizona.
I was just thinking A, so we don't need to think about them for a while.
Wait, you were thinking A? Oh. I thought you were thinking like Oakland A's. I'm like, how the fuck
I was
did
just
you get
A
there?
August. Misspoke there. But we don't need to worry about them for what? 1, 2, 3, 4 months. So we can forget about that temporarily. We got our eyes on a San Francisco right now, though. Got a midweek series with San Francisco. Big midweek series. We got to get the ball rolling, guys. Just losing 3 straight to the Diamondbacks is
a full series.
No. They won game 1. Did not get swept.
Okay.
But it's just you never want to see that. And we've been spoiled. We've been spoiled with relief pitching, and we just don't have it anymore. And things need to change. Last thing I wanted to bring up, Everett. This is my concern, and this is going back to my James Outman how I'm concerned point. According to his baseball savant page, Everett, James Outman obviously has been one of the best hitters on the Dodgers this year. I think he has like a 1,1300 OPS right now. Been going deep a lot, getting extra base hits.
Yeah, he's one of the best hitters in the MLB right now.
Doing really well. These are my slight concerns, Everett. Right now, Everett, James Outman is posting up very, very high percentile numbers in a lot of hitting categories. So 96 percentile weighted expected on base, 98 percentile in barrel percentage, 94% in expected slugging, 95% walk rate, 93% sprint speed, all very impressive numbers. The one thing, Everett, that very striking on this list, he ranks in the bottom 5%, bottom 5th percentile of whiff rate, and bottom 16% percentile of strikeout rates. Everett, this sounds to me like we truly found Cody Bellinger 2.0. It is strikeout or home run. We truly found Bellinger 2.0. And right now it's working. It's working. Fucking swing away, babe. Swing away. But Everton,
you know what? I think
in a month or two, when there's more information, remember he's only had 35 plate appearances.
Let's be honest.
Let's be honest here, though. When teams start learning a little bit more about his stats, I'm concerned about.
Yeah, but also let's be honest though. One, technically, this is his rookie season. Okay.
Yes. 100%.
Give him that. 2, if he was basically another Cody Bellinger, I think every Dodgers fan would be fine with that. Obviously, Cody's got some issues lately, but if you're going to say, all right, this is going to be a repeat of Cody Bellinger from his rookie year to what he is right now, and we're going to go on that track record with Outman, I'd take rookie of the year winner Cody Bellinger right now. I would do that.
I'm not sure.
Give me gold glove Bellinger.
I'm not sure if it's quite going to hold up. We'll see. I want it to happen, Everett. I want it to happen. My one concern right here, Everett, is that let's say we get to the postseason. Say Outman does have a good year. He's batting 5th in the lineup for the playoffs, right? Am I gonna get 2019 Max Muncy out of Outman, where he's hitting bombs and a true threat in the lineup? Or am I getting last year Max Muncy, who goes up and strikes out every single
also this year Max
time?
Muncy?
Yes. I need to know when I'm
just getting. Max Muncy.
I need.
Yeah, no, I get that, but also I think that if you're going to the playoffs, you don't need Outman should not be the player you're worrying about. It should be Mookie and it should be Freddie, because last year they did not do anything.
No, true. Like
it was the Trey Turner show.
It's just Trey Turner sucked ass last year in the playoffs. It's just,
Will Smith. It was the Will Smith show.
I need consistent hitting. The one thing when we went up against Juan Soto and the Nationals in 2019. When we up against Bryce Harper and Daniel fucking Murphy in the 2016 playoffs. Whenever we're going up against other teams' top hitters, I'm holding my breath every pitch. I'm holding my breath every single time they swing the bat. I'm deathly afraid when they have a chance to put a run on us. I don't feel that same level of excitement when our guys are batting. When our 1 through 4 is up at the plate, Everett, I'm like, can we at least just make contact and foul off a pitch?
It's the same thing.
If start with that, like
anytime I see the Padres up and I'm seeing Juan Soto, Manny Machado, Tatis,
fuck it, even Jake Cronenworth, I'm scared.
I'm shitting my pants.
Last year, I was terrified of Jurickson Profar. That should never happen. That should never, ever happen. I was truly, truly afraid of Trent Grisham last year, despite having like a 150 batting average in the regular season. I was afraid of him in the playoffs.
It also just kind of goes to show you how shitty our pitching has been in general.
This year, it has gone down. It has gone down the drain. It is tough to watch, and it makes no sense. But I think some of this might relate to the MLB cracking down on sticky stuff, Everett.
It definitely does.
We have 1000% been cheating the hardest in the MLB when it comes to pitching over the past 7 years. There's fraud alert. So we have been cheating when it comes to pitching, and the fire department literally just confirmed it. I'm just concerned though that, we can't really cheat anymore. Like, I think the MLB did really crack down on this stuff. I think they did. And I kind of fuck you, MLB. It was kind of fucked up for you to do that.
I think that the Dodgers don't have one of the top pitchers in the MLB. I know people are going to say like, oh no, Urias or oh no, when we get
we do. Urias is the top pitcher in the MLB. We do.
When we get Buehler back,
starting problem. It's the relievers.
But I'm saying when I'm looking at the Dodgers like lineup, okay, like relievers are an issue, but like I'm thinking back to the when we had Bauer and Scherzer and like that year, right? Like if I'm sitting there and I'm seeing that those are the pitchers, this is the lineup I'm going through. I'm not thinking about the relievers at all because I'm going to get through 7 innings with these pitchers. And I'm shitting my pants about that.
Well, I'm a slightly contest you on that. My one issue with the Dodgers offense is that we have a tendency, put up a 2-run, 3-run frame early on, and then the offense lights off. Oh, game over.
I just said the pitchers are the pitchers are going to get through like 7 innings.
No, I get that. So from a hitter's perspective, let's say Scherzer's on the bump. You got Scherzer day. Light, nice work. Confidence booster having your ace on the mound. You put up a 3-run frame in the 3rd inning, 3-0 game. For the rest of that game, hitting wise, there's 0 sense of urgency at the plate. We have a 3-0 run lead. Fuck it, let's just go for home runs, boys. Let's try to boost our OPS. Fuck it. I don't really care if we get on base, but yada, yada, yada. And then we pull Scherzer. Or not even that. Last inning, Scherzer gives up a run or two. Now it's 3-2. And now suddenly, like, there's some slight concern. We got to start hitting again, boys. Only issue is you can't just take 4 innings off mentally and then just suddenly turn it back on and you're just magically going to start hitting again. No. These boys, in my opinion, I need to see more consistent effort throughout the game. And I am under the impression that when we get to the playoffs, and if there's a 2-0, 3-0 run lead early on.
Oh no, you're fucked.
That mental switch is off and is now.
So you know how people talk about
and the pitchers.
You know how people talk about. You know how people talk about. In soccer, a 2-0 lead's the most dangerous lead in soccer, or in the NFL, a 28-3 lead against Tom Brady is the most lethal lead
some might
in
say
the
a
NFL.
27-0 lead in the NFL is one of the most dangerous leads to have.
One of the most dangerous leads. Truly, the most dangerous lead to ever have is a 3-0 lead. If you're the Dodgers, because you're gonna lose.
Or just any lead. Early lead, like within the first 3 innings.
Any early lead, you're fucked. Look, I think that the key for the Dodgers here, obviously, it's only been what?
It's been
12 games. We're 12 games in.
Okay, we're 9
games.
10 games in.
9 games in. All right. So it's no, like We're not on life support. You
this
know,
is an overreaction.
It's an overreaction. And they'll
the
probably come
Diamondbacks,
around
though.
and fix some stuff. However, I mean, the Dodgers always kind of struggle against the Diamondbacks.
I did make
however,
joke, though, like, oh, how hard is it to hit against the Diamondbacks? Like, I could hit 2 home runs in a game off them.
I think that at the trade deadline, there's going to be some new pitchers on the team. I think that's going to be
the Corbin Burns to LA movement today. Let's just get that out there now, guys.
For real, though.
Let's get Corbin.
Get the website up. Let's get the website
Corbin
up.
Home. My roommate is from Bakersfield. Corbin Burns is from Bakersfield. My roommate has been raving over Corbin Burns, telling me about him all the time. And so I want him to be a Dodger. That cutter sinker duo, Everett, is going to be disgusting. And that's where the MLB is moving now, with these crazy spin sinkers.
The splinker.
So these are, I truly believe that Corbin Burns would be one of the greatest pickups we could get at the deadline. But I think that's enough MLB talk, Everett. I think that's been plenty. Okay. Quick little college football segment, Everett. This is in Ohio State of the Union. The crystal balls are rolling in for Ohio State.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I forgot one thing.
Okay. No worries. The LA Angels.
The LA Angels have once again cemented themselves as the most poverty franchise out of any team in any sports league. And yes, that includes Dan Snyder and the Commanders.
Oh, I thought you were going to bring up the Chicago Bears. Thanks.
Obviously, you know, the Angels have been known for having great talent and players on their team and squandering it and being dog shit. But now that's going to their minor league teams. Oh, no. Their minor league affiliate, the Trash Pandas, managed to lose a no-hitter game 5-7. They gave up 7 runs on a no-hitter in one inning.
Now, okay, real quick. There's no way that 11 batters walked. I'm going to assume that there were errors made.
There was an error. There's I think 2 errors, a wild pitch, and most of it was walks.
I really wouldn't be surprised if he walked the first 3 batters. Center field
bases were loaded.
Bases loaded, center field error, and 3 runs scored. And then the bases loaded. It was somehow got loaded again, and another error happens.
He had a wild pitch.
Yeah, okay, it does not.
But I'm just saying, that is the Angels. The Angels are the biggest poverty franchise in any sports league in the entire world. That is terrible. That is so bad.
To pitch a no-hitter and get 5 runs of run support, and you lose by 2 runs. I've actually never heard of, one of my favorite things recently. So Jack Flaherty, Harvard Westlake guy, shout out the Mission League, drippiest guy in the Mission League right here. You're looking at him, but Jack Flaherty in his first start went 4 innings, no hits, 8 walks.
Hey, it's a no hitter.
Yeah, no, I mean, he didn't give up any hits. Didn't give up any hits, but he has a 2 whip. So hey, something to look at. It's just baseball is hilarious right now. Early season, the things are so funny. Like last year at the start of the year, Stephen Kwan had an 800 on base through the first 2 weeks. It's what the hell is this sport? Baseball early season is also one of my favorite times, just seeing how much a hit changes your on base and batting average and stuff. In the 3rd game of the year, it's a James Outman home run boosted his OPS by 1,500. I'm this is amazing. I just love this. The
Angels suck.
Baseball. Angels suck. One of my favorite memes is that anytime you see an Angels Twitter post, it's Shohei Ohtani and Mike Trout have done something that haven't been done since Tungsten Arm O'Doyle pitched for the Baltimore Sabres in 1984 as the Cleveland Guardians.
I have a fire truck this time.
Oh, would you look at that? So it's official. We got 2 separate fire departments in 2 states kind of halfway across the country from each other, proving that the Angels are frauds. And who do we call it? The Dodgers cheating? Yeah, the Dodgers cheating when it comes to pitching. Those are true. Those are both confirmed facts. But okay, Everett.
Yeah.
Time for a quick little Ohio State of the Union. Football season might be over in terms of playing, but the recruiting world is on fire right now, Everett. Recruits are all committing right now. They're all like, I think right now actually might be the worst time to be a college football coach. Okay. You're in spring ball. You got spring practices. A lot of teams,
most is over now.
There are a lot of teams like about to have their spring games. I'm pretty sure, Ohio State's spring game is this Saturday. So does that make this the last week of spring practice?
Yeah, you're allocated a certain amount of practices from the NCAA, like legal practices. Typically, teams finish them before the spring game.
Yeah, but right now, I think this is the worst time to be a college coach because you got your spring practice, you got that shit, and then immediately after you're calling up like young kids, like class of 2024 and 25 kids. You're literally calling up 16-year-olds right now. Like, hey son, you want to come play for the Alabama Crimson Tide? The guy's like, yeah, no, that sounds great, but like, could you help me with my algebra too? I don't. It sounds so awful. Like, it sounds so awful. Like, shit. When I think to myself, like right now, like if I am interacting with like my friends, like high school, like siblings, I'm literally like, oh my God, I don't even know how to communicate with you. This is absurd.
Zero idea.
Like I'm only
they're just sitting there on their foot, like
4
drooling.
years older than them, and I legitimately cannot even like communicate with them anymore.
Well, like we said, there's a very large gap in our generation than their generation. That's why we are the missing Black Eyed Pea generation.
No, I truly believe like I was under the impression that it was like the 2004 or 2005 is the cutoff. I'm an 02 baby.
Like 2003.
It's like 03. And not like
it's like 03.
Like July 03 is the cutoff. Anything past that, you're a Gen Z iPad kid. Like we're not even putting that up for debate anymore. You're an iPad kid if you are born past July 2003. And I think if you're born from like 98 to that cutoff in 03, you're neither a millennial or Gen Z. You're an honorary member of the Black Eyed Peas. So we fall under that category. This isn't even,
that's a good clip.
Even like a joke. I swear, 60% of Americans born between 98 and that July 03 cutoff can literally, at minimum, sing 80% of the words to, and tonight's gonna be a good night. And tonight's, literally 80% of Americans within that time can at least sing 80% of the lyrics of that song. 100%. So,
oh yeah.
I think right now is just the worst time to be recruiting kids. Going back to that.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Worst time.
I was still on the other roll.
But yeah, the crystal balls are rolling in for Ohio State right now. Aaron Nolan, 4-star lefty quarterback, and I did confirm he will be the first lefty quarterback in Ohio State history, at minimum with notable playing time, to ever play for Ohio State.
Look out for him with the Lefty Dick Strong Award next year. Honorary.
Well, I think we might have. He's
have some competition
next year, thank God. So
okay.
We're not revealing who's going to win it, but Michael Pratt's going to win it again next year. But the second Pratt's gone, literally Aaron Nolan, like he has to win the Lefty Dick Strong Award every single year. Like he's a lefty, like he has to. Yeah. So good little point out there, Everett. But also, 5 4-star players have been crystal balled to Ohio State, Everett. Wide receiver Jeremiah McLennan, linebacker Peyton Pierce, Damarian Witten, tight end, and cornerback Bryce Young and Aaron Scott have all been crystal balled to Ohio State.
Quarterback Bryce Young?
Bryce West. Did I misspeak there?
There you go.
Definitely did.
You said Bryce Young.
They
didn't realize that he's playing.
Oh, no. He's actually going back in the transfer portal and going to Ohio State next year. Bryce West and Aaron Scott, all crystal ball to Ohio State. It's now rolling in right now. But the best news is it's not just receivers right now. We got the linebacker Peyton Pierce, and then we got corners in Bryce West and Aaron Scott to start getting some crystal balls to Ohio State. So all things right now are pointing to a hot hand on the Ohio State recruiting trail, despite coming in 18th nationally in recruiting funds and only 5th in the Big Ten in recruiting funds. We're behind Rutgers, Everett. Rutgers spends more money than us when it comes to recruiting players.
Yeah, you said that last week.
Think about that. Just let that marinate for like half a second and then just think how absurd that is. But Everett, now onto the NFL, and this time actually Bryce Young. Everett, Bryce Young is now the betting favorite to be the number 1 pick in the draft. From what I've heard
it's a
over the
smoke
weekend,
screen.
though, from what I've heard over the weekend,
Smoke screen.
Panthers head coach Frank Reich wants AR-15, but everybody else in the org wants CJ Stroud. But now Bryce Young has been thrown into the mix. Everett, I wanted to point out.
I'm just gonna say something real quick before you point whatever out. The Panthers also stated that they are fully willing to trade away the first overall pick,
which would just objectively speaking would be hilarious. Just
stupid as shit.
So hilarious.
But I'm just throwing out the fact that I think the Panthers are not drafting Bryce Young. So the fact that he's a favorite, assuming this isn't a smokescreen, could mean there's something at the works over there to have a trade happen. Just a little interesting that's the case. I don't think that the Panthers are drafting Bryce Young no matter what. So I think that it's CJ Stroud or
I'm trying to look up, has there ever been a season where the number 1 overall pick was traded twice? I cannot find any examples of it. We could make history here, Everett. This is like a scoreagami for like draft picks. This could be the first time it ever happens. So I'm kind of
draft analysts gonna go crazy.
Kind of on board, just for the shits and gigs purposes. How funny it would be if they give up DJ Moore.
What if they traded back with the Bears? What if they traded back with the Bears?
Could we just redo it?
But then the Bears are like, back.
The Bears are like, actually, yes, let's do it.
Let's do it. Fuck it. All right.
It'd be
fuck
amazing.
You, Bear fans. Let's go.
It'd be a phenomenal. But this was the one thing I want to point out though, Everett. I think. Wait, God damn it! I had something. Shit, I lost it. It, Everett. I lost it.
Good going, man.
Shit. Damn it.
But technically, that's my fault. That's technically my fault.
Oh,
you're gonna point something out, and then I interrupted you.
Oh, got it. Okay. I saw one of our favorite NFL Twitter accounts at NFL Rumors. I saw an Ohio State fan. He screenshotted this. It was great. Adam Schefter posted, or maybe not Shefty. God damn it, might have been Rap, but they said the Carolina Panthers are, I don't know, or Bryce Young is visiting with the Carolina Panthers tomorrow.
Yes.
30 seconds after that tweet came out from NFL Rumors, breaking news: the Carolina Panthers are rumored to like Bryce Young more than the other quarterbacks. I literally think whoever runs that account literally just sits there and waits for like, is a player meeting with someone, and then he uploads rumor, player interested here, or X. The one thing I will give that dude credit though is that he literally just does that, and he has like 400,000 followers on Twitter. That's hilarious. Like,
and about 60% of the time, it's also just bullshit. Like it literally has no.
But it's just like, I love how that shit has some relevancy when literally just Schefter tweeted Bryce Young's meeting with the Panthers. But anyway, Odell Beckham Jr. The sweepstakes are over, Everett. Odell Beckham Jr. is a Raven.
I wouldn't really call them a sweepstakes, but yeah.
Oh, no. The most highly sought after free agent, 100% in this class. More sought out than Aaron Rodgers, that guy. Well, I guess not
technically not a free agent.
More sought out than him. Lamar Jackson. We don't want that guy. But we do want Odell Beckham Jr. And what a better place for Odell to go coming off of an ACL injury than going to Baltimore, the place that treats your ACLs the best out of any team in the NFL.
Yeah, they're great. They're great at it.
I'm going to be honest. I'm shocked he actually picked Baltimore. I was under the
that
Odell was only going to a city where he liked his lifestyle there. I thought Jets made a lot of sense. Like, Miami doesn't make sense, but like that's a destination where I'd consider. Like,
New Orleans.
Oh, 100%.
I'm down in New Orleans too. Yeah.
100%.
1 year, 18 million though. That's a lot of money, I think, to give him. Especially when they technically still have not paid Lamar. I don't really know how that contract has worked out.
The one interesting thing about franchise tag is that doesn't go to your cap space. So Lamar's,
but
what is it, 40
they
million
tagged
next
him in
year?
a
Is that
way
his
where
tag?
they tagged him in a way where now they're able to negotiate to give him a contract. So technically, it
I know
can
Lamar's
count
not
against his cap.
re-signing there. I know he's not. There's no
So
way.
maybe that's why they gave Odell a 1 year. They're like just
Oh
trying
no,
to
no,
figure this
100.
shit
And
out.
also, I just would not want to sign Odell to a multiple year deal. Like, there's just so many concerns there.
And he's like
It's
what, 31?
maybe I'm not exactly sure how old he is, but Odell's still an impact player. Don't get me wrong.
Yes,
He's not
yes, I
wide
agree with
receiver
that.
one impact player though. But yeah, this is the best receiver that
Well,
Lamar is
he
going to
will be their
have.
wide receiver one.
Yeah,
He
I
will
mean,
be their wide
I
receiver
guess
one.
you could say Mark Andrews better receiving threat, but he's the best receiver, wide receiver that Lamar's had since joining Baltimore. Better than Hollywood, 100%. So excited, I guess, for Lamar in that sense. Hopefully Odell can stay healthy. But every time we get on to the fun stuff.
Yeah,
Another
one
addition. Oh,
first thing I just want to say is I'm very surprised how many people on Twitter just do not read things or watch things before they tweet. We posted out our Seahawks review, our Seahawks draft class, where I said I had them taking Jalen Carter, and a dude responded to me basically saying that yes, they said they're gonna take Jalen Carter. This dude is dumb, and I was like, okay, so you're agreeing with me. Congratulations. I appreciate your support. People are not people are not very smart. So just take some time. You know, people put some care into this content. So maybe actually process it before you say something stupid. Anyways,
I like to shout you out for that very nice, request, but I know it's not going to happen. So he is.
before before
That was a
before
perfect
we get
transition.
into I know before we get into these two draft picks, I know you have a list that
Yeah.
you want to share.
That's
Let's
what
do
I was
that.
gonna get right into. So, shout out to my Ohio State faithful. Shout out to all the Ohio State fans thinking I was trying to call out Jackson Smith and Jigba. I was under the impression that wearing the Ohio State hoodie and then also titling the video, these teams will ruin JSN's career. I kind of thought that'd be an indicator that I want JSN to succeed, and these other teams I think will ruin his career. So please don't take him because I don't want his career to be ruined. That's all right though. Not everyone can kind of. I guess it was reading between the lines there. I thought it was pretty fucking obvious. I guess not though. But that's why we love Ohio State fans. We're all fucking nuts. We're all absurd and ridiculous and crazy. If you even for a second call out one of our guys, yeah, no, we're sending a full-on Ohio State army after you to just berate you on Twitter. So I shout out the boys. Shout out the boys. I get it. But here's another please don't draft list. So as a Hendon Hooker stand, I only want what's best for him. And these are the teams that could ruin his career before it begins. This is a message to the Texans, Falcons, Titans, and Commanders. Please do not draft Hendon Hooker. He is not your guy. You do not want him. Tanner McKee, great option. Everett, give me another second round quarterback.
Jake Heener.
Jake Haener,
Great
quarterback. Will Levis, phenomenal quarterback. You do
Clayton
not want
Tune.
Hendon Hooker. Clayton Tune, phenomenal. You don't want Hendon. So that is my please don't draft list. I don't really think I need to explain this too much. For at least Texans, Falcons, and Titans, I think those teams just speak for themselves. Let's not go there. But the Commanders specifically, I know FedEx Field will ruin Hendon's ACL. So that's more of a health reason why it doesn't go with Commanders. If the Commanders had the exact same organization, except the owner, if they have the same GM, head coach, players, everything, but just played in Houston, no, bad example. They played in New Orleans, go there, 100% on board. Not Washington though. Not Washington. That's not what we're looking for here. So
let's let Sam Howell deal with that.
Yeah,
You can have fun there.
Sam Howell, you got Terry. Curtis is still there. So you got Curtis.
Yep. Curtis is still there.
You got some things to work with out there. But
yeah,
time to get on to another draft wish list. this time with the
two teams.
The Raiders.
Two teams that we're doing today. Raiders and the Falcons. You know, our favorites here. On the Waterboy podcast. I know you love the Raiders, Grant.
Big, my favorite team in the
Raider
NFL.
advocate. Yeah, so
I was gonna say what you are with the Bears, I am with the Raiders.
Yeah, they're just kind of the poverty franchise in the division, and that's saying something considering the Lions are in mine. Anyways, yeah, so let's do a little reconnaissance here, okay? I originally thought with the Las Vegas Raiders at pick 7, I originally thought that they should take a quarterback here, but after they signed Jimmy Garoppolo, now we have a couple options. To be honest, if I'm the Raiders at pick 7, I'm going to draft Christian Gonzalez. Let's shore up that secondary. They definitely could use that help. Otherwise, let's get a wide receiver here. Let's go get JSN. Let's bulk up. Let's get a partner for Devontae Adams, and let's run Hunter Renfrow in the slot.
My one slight thing to that, Everett, is that, I mean, according to draft experts, JSN's a slot guy. He can't do anything else. So we going double slot?
I don't think that exists, but
I know, I'm kidding. Like that.
We're putting a tight end on the outside.
I don't think the
Put a tight end on the
Raiders are
outside.
JSN. I don't think that's even in the fucking books for them.
Okay. Okay. You know, there's a couple different options. There's a couple different options here. I mainly think that they're going to go defense. I think that. Okay, let me restart here. Let me get a little fresh take going. Okay. Obviously, you are the AFC expert. You probably know a little bit better about them than I do.
I did not give myself that title. Everett gave that to me, but yeah, sure, we'll take it.
We'll take it. Okay.
Yeah, we'll run with it. Sure. Okay.
We'll roll. Okay. Look, if I'm the Las Vegas Raiders, I'm going to draft Christian Gonzalez at pick 7. If he's not available, I'm going to trade down a couple picks, and I'm going to go and get either Nolan Smith or Kalijah Kancey later in the draft, get some draft capital.
Yeah, I think right now, looking at the Raiders, obviously Max Crosby on the edge. I was also shocked when it really sunk into me that he's 25. I thought he was like 28. What the fuck? He's 25. But yeah, Max is there. You can get him some help on the other side of the edge, though. I think that could be nice. I think that could be a good
I think was it Chandler Jones might have been there, but sure I think that they do need that interior help.
But it's like I'm not sure how much production they're getting out of.
But yeah, no, I think that this is where Christian Gonzalez will go. But if he is not available for some reason, trade down, get draft capital, and go and pick Kalijah Kancey or Nolan Smith. There you go. Now, okay, here's the kickers. All right, now we're on the Falcons. All right, the Falcons have they have a lot of issues. They have a lot of issues. But the main thing with the Falcons for the Falcons at pick 8, I'm either going to go for the secondary or I'm going to go wide receiver. Personally, if I'm the Falcons, I'm going to draft JSN here, pair him up with Drake London. However, I feel like that's not a Falcons move, and they're going to get Quentin Johnson, although I think that he sucks. So do with that information as you will.
Yeah, the Quentin Johnson hate's never going to end here. I'm on like, okay, this is the thing. If Quentin Johnson ends up being a star in the 0.001% chance it happens, like I'll eat my crow. I'll eat all my words.
Oh, yeah, I know.
The only thing though is like I don't think I've ever been this confident in a guy not being good if he goes to NFL than Quentin.
Yeah, so I mean, look, I'll restate this.
4.5, Everett.
Yeah, I'm gonna restate this because they might just be like, "Oh, he's gonna be a blocking wide receiver." No, he's not.
That doesn't exist. No. You don't make in the NFL for your blocking ability.
Use this one though. use this for the Falcons. For the Falcons at pick 8, I'm either taking a wide receiver or a cornerback. Assuming Christian Gonzalez is gone, I'm going to draft JSN. But knowing the Falcons won't do that, they're probably going to draft Quentin Johnson, but I think he sucks. So please draft JSN.
Yeah, no, I think that's perfect. I just think we'll see a blunder there. We'll see a mismanagement. We're gonna see a fuck up.
Yeah, there's gonna be a blunder. There's gonna be a blunder there.
That pick. I'm just really curious to see where Jackson lands. I really do think that Jackson could take the top off of a defense. And by that, I mean not speed-wise. I mean more so can evolve your offense to just new heights. If Arthur Smith wasn't the head coach of the Falcons and Desmond Ridder wasn't their starting quarterback, literally put Baker Mayfield in there, imagine an offense that was Kyle Pitts, Drake London, and Jackson Smith-Njigba. To be completely honest, as a man who drafted Kyle Pitts, not draft Kyle Pitts, but traded for Kyle Pitts early in the year, and I think he played
that's why I said
6 snaps
that's why I said if Arthur Smith isn't
out.
Imagine I said if Arthur Smith is not the head coach, he's not calling the blitz.
Oh, I was more so just thinking from the fact that this might just be like the Nets trio where one of those three will be hurt like at all times, and they can never all be on.
Well, Kyle Pitts wasn't he was hurt for a bit, but the issue was more so they refused to throw to him, even if he was wide open.
That as well. But he was like shut down near the end. He's dead to me. I'll never draft him again.
Yes, he is. He's...
What team is Waller on to now?
Giants. Danny Dimes. But
damn it, I'm talking myself into potentially thinking about drafting him now, which is a big mistake.
His quarterback's Danny Dimes.
No, I know.
That should answer your question. But with that, thank you guys so much for watching, listening. Rate us 5 stars on Spotify. Make sure to download our podcast and share with all of your friends. You can find us on YouTube, TikTok, and on Twitter at Waterboy Pod. Make sure to subscribe, like, favorite, comment, share, download on YouTube as well. Follow us on TikTok. And with that, you can follow us, our own handles here. With that, thank you guys so much for watching. Waterboy's out.